coming up.
I have saved, I think, the most brutish for this final episode of the series. This motorcycle was named after a Spanish dance, and it is the Laverda Jota.
If there was ever a bike that was going to get you to the church on time, this was it. The fastest production motorcycle of the 1970s, this bike was built for one thing: speed.
I'm sure we all agree this has to be one of the loudest motorcycles ever to be produced, and I haven't even started it.
Billed as Italy's answer to the Japanese superbike, the Laverda pumped out 90 brake horsepower and was capable of 146 miles an hour.
Now you might think that the Jota was conceived by someone called, I don't know, Giuseppe Grazie Mille, but not a bit of it. It was actually conceived by two brothers from Bromyard in Herefordshire.
The Slater brothers were bike dealers and importers. They were fans of the Laverda 3C, the Italian company's first attempt at a triple cylinder, and they suggested fitting it with racing cams and high compression pistons. The result was quite simply the fastest thing on two wheels. The Jota weighs in at over 250 kilos, so it's more like a hugely powerful thoroughbred than one of those Viennese dancing horses. Going round corners, you have to make sure it knows who's in charge, and the tall seat and stretched out riding position don't make it easy to handle. But the beast from Braganza is not quite as wild as I feared.
I have to say, I've never ridden a Jota before, but that was incredible. You hear tales of incredibly heavy clutches and it being a brute to ride. This isn't a brute, it is a seriously quick machine. This thing, and it may be all credit to Mark whose bike this is, it's set up beautifully. The power seems never ending, the handling is superb, and I absolutely love it. It is a true Italian stallion.
Coming up, I get set for the big reveal at Norton.
Are you ready for this? I am.
And discover what it's like to live with a Jota.
Built for comfort and speed.
Yes. Nice summary.
Rather like me.
I've just had my first ever ride on a Laverda Jota, one of the gutsiest superbikes of the 1970s. It was built in Braganza in northern Italy for the British market only, and today it still has an incredibly passionate following over here.
It is glorious to ride, but what are they like to live with? Well, these boys are going to help, because here we have the Laverda's Owners Club.
And today they've brought with them 7 of the finest Laverda Jotas in Christendom, ranging from Darren's classic orange model, to Mark's stupendous Jota Liberator, to Ray's Gold 180.
I always thought that a Laverda, especially a Jota, was orange.
Yes, but if you go back to the 70s, P.K. Davis won the British Championship on one of these, the equivalent of a British Superbikes. And this beat everything that the Japanese could throw at them.
And it was a gold one?
It was a gold one he was riding. It was on front cover of Bike magazine. That made me want one. And at 18-year-old, going up Westgate Hill into the bike shop, I got my first proper job, my first salary coming at the bank. I went in there, I set HP payments on this, I traded my 250, and they came up, and figures there, £1.50 more than I earned every month to get the HP.
Is that what it was, really?
£1.50 more than I earned every month. No way. So it became a dream bike of mine.
Ray finally bought his Jota 2 years ago, but Darren has owned and ridden his Jota for over 9 years and survived.
They're so very different from Japanese motorcycles, which I also own and love and are passionate about. It's a visceral experience. The brake is a cable-operated one on this one, so you have to really strong wrists. It's a really strong position. The throttle's quite stiff, and the thing about the Jota engine, how they've done it I don't know, but they've got this incredible blend of Italian and British engineering underneath it, and you become part of it. You become part of it. You don't just sit on it, you actually plug yourself into it.
When I tried it, I was very aware of its reputation for being a tough bike to ride, but actually I was surprised to find it wasn't that bad. But make no mistake, this is not the kind of bike you want to strap an L plate onto. For experienced riders though, it does have certain advantages, as Peter tells me.
Probably the only sports motorcycle ever made that suits a big rider. You know, most people, you're better off if you're small and light and lean. To get the most out of one of these, it helps if you're sort of 12 or 14 stone and 6 feet tall.
God, I never thought of it like that. You're right.
It really works if you're
So
got a bit
basically,
of bulk.
built for comfort and speed.
Yes, nice summary.
Rather like me.
In total, Laverda built just 7,500 Jotas. Back in the day, they cost a princely £2,200, but today they're a little bit more.
If you want to get involved in it, how much are you going to have to spend? Everyone's gone slightly quiet. So I'll start the bidding. Ray, come on, mate. Go on, go give us a shout. What do you reckon?
There is
For
a
nice
difference
one.
between a real Jota and a replica. A replica's a great bike, but it's not the same value as a proper Jota. So don't look less than 10,000 for a bike, and you can easily pay 20,000 for a perfect one. So within that range is what you're looking at today.
Whatever you do, though, if you want to find a bike, you boys are the people to talk to. Because it's the same, really, with every mark of motorcycle. If you're thinking of buying one, talk to the Owners Club. They're the people who know where it's at.
And this is where we're going. The moment of truth.